Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to explore a concept both deeply human and profoundly Stoic: the power of love in fostering bravery. In Stoic thought, love is not the fleeting passion or the sentimental attachment that our modern society often elevates, but a commitment to the well-being of another, a virtue that aligns us with nature's will. When we speak of love in the Stoic sense, we speak of a love that encourages growth, strength, and resilience. In Stoic philosophy, love is not viewed as a fleeting emotion or a simple romantic attachment, but as a profound and intentional act of virtue. Unlike the modern conception of love, which is often driven by feelings, desires, or passions, Stoic love is grounded in reason, moral duty, and the well-being of others. It is a commitment to another person's growth and flourishing, recognizing the interconnectedness of all people and the shared responsibility to contribute to each other's well-being. This perspective transforms love from a passive emotion into an active choice, a virtue that shapes our actions and interactions with others. For the Stoics, love is an essential part of living a virtuous life. The Stoics believed that virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are the key components of human flourishing, and love, when understood in its highest form, aligns with these virtues. Love, in this sense, becomes a means by which we express and practice virtue toward others. It is a choice to act in ways that promote the good of another, not because of any self-interest, but because it is the right thing to do. In this way, love is seen as a moral responsibility, not simply an emotion to be felt or enjoyed. Love, according to Stoic principles, should be directed toward the improvement of others, helping them to become the best versions of themselves. The Stoics viewed every individual as a part of the greater whole of humanity, and their actions should reflect the common good. Love is thus seen as a unifying force, binding us together as we strive toward virtue. When we love someone, we are recognizing their inherent value and their potential to live virtuously, and we are committing to support them in that pursuit. One of the most important aspects of Stoic love is that it is not based on external circumstances or the traits of the other person. The Stoics emphasized that external events and situations are beyond our control, and therefore, we should not tie our happiness or sense of fulfillment to them. Similarly, our love for others should not be contingent on their actions, appearances, or behaviors. True love, from a Stoic standpoint, transcends these external factors. It is a constant, unchanging force that does not waver with the ups and downs of life. In loving another, we choose to act with kindness, patience, and support, regardless of the challenges or flaws that may arise. This form of love also emphasizes acceptance and understanding. The Stoics teach that we cannot change other people. We can only control our own responses and actions. Therefore, Stoic love involves a deep acceptance of the other person, recognizing that they are on their own unique path, and that their journey may not look the same as our own. It is a love that does not demand perfection, but understands that growth and change are part of the human experience. Through this acceptance, we allow the other person the space to grow, to learn from their mistakes, and to become a more virtuous individual in their own time and way. Moreover, Stoic love is not confined to romantic relationships, but extends to all forms of human connection. Love is universal, and in the Stoic view, we should strive to cultivate a love that is inclusive and compassionate toward everyone, regardless of their status, background, or behavior. It is not a love that chooses only those who are close to us or those who treat us well, but a love that extends to all, seeing in each individual the potential for goodness, wisdom, and growth. In summary, love, in the Stoic sense, is not an irrational or uncontrollable emotion, but a deliberate and virtuous choice. It is the active desire to help others become their best selves, to support them in their journey toward virtue and wisdom. It is a love that is not dependent on external conditions but is steadfast, grounded in reason and understanding. True Stoic love involves seeing the inherent value in others, accepting them as they are, and working to help them grow, not for personal gain, but because it is the right thing to do. In this way, love becomes not just a feeling, but a guiding principle of a virtuous and meaningful life. In Stoic philosophy, the concept of mutual support and encouragement is integral to living a virtuous life. It's rooted in the understanding that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a greater whole, an interconnected network of human beings bound together by our shared rational nature. The Stoics believed that we are all contributing to the common good, and that true fulfillment is found not in self-interest, but in the improvement and flourishing of the whole. Love, therefore, becomes a tool through which we encourage and support others in their pursuit of virtue, and vice versa. This mutual support doesn't only exist in the realms of personal relationships, but extends to society as a whole, emphasizing our duty to guide and uplift others. One of the foundational ideas in Stoicism is that we are social creatures by nature. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus often spoke of the importance of our relationships with others, stating that the ultimate goal of life is to live in harmony with nature, which includes living harmoniously with others. This is not merely about peaceful coexistence, but involves active participation in the growth and development of others. By helping others cultivate virtue, we help create a society that is just and peaceful, which benefits everyone involved. Mutual support, then, is a core element of Stoic love. When we love someone in the Stoic sense, it is not simply an emotional attachment, but a conscious decision to encourage that person's growth, to help them become their best self. This is where the concept of sympathy or shared feeling in Stoic thought plays an important role. The Stoics believed in oikaiosis the idea that we have an innate sense of belonging to a larger community. This sense of interconnectedness drives us to not only care for our own well-being, but to also consider the well-being of others as part of our own. By encouraging and supporting others, we contribute to the health of the community as a whole, making the world a better place. For example, the Stoics believed that it was virtuous to offer guidance to others, particularly when they were struggling. This was not done out of a sense of superiority, but from a recognition that we all face difficulties and challenges on the road to virtue. A true act of love, in Stoic terms, is to help someone move through their struggles, not by shielding them from hardship, but by providing them the encouragement and wisdom they need to grow stronger through adversity. The Stoic concept of phronsis practical wisdom is central here. Love involves offering the kind of wisdom that enables the other person to make virtuous decisions, to confront their fears, and to rise above the challenges that life throws at them. Additionally, mutual support in the Stoic framework is not about providing external comfort or material aid for the sake of it, but about aiding someone in their development of inner resilience and virtue. The Stoics believed that external circumstances, whether favorable or unfavorable, were outside of our control, and that true happiness and fulfillment came from the cultivation of inner virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance. Therefore, the love we offer others should not be focused on providing material solutions, but rather on helping them develop the strength to endure hardships with grace and dignity. It is through this guidance that individuals can learn to align their will with nature, mastering their responses to external events and living virtuously regardless of their circumstances. Furthermore, in Stoic philosophy, the relationship between a mentor and a mentee, or a guide and a follower, is seen as an essential form of mutual support. The Stoics revered role models, those individuals who embodied the virtues they themselves sought to cultivate. A Stoic mentor, for instance, would not simply offer advice or guidance from a place of authority, but would lead by example, showing the mentee how to live virtuously through their own actions. The love they offered was one that nurtured growth by demonstrating that wisdom and virtue are attainable through persistent effort and self-discipline. In this context, love as mutual support does not just act as an encouragement, but as a vehicle for teaching and learning. Love encourages individuals to strive toward their highest potential, offering the wisdom needed to face challenges and the strength to endure hardships. It nurtures the growth of virtue in both parties involved and helps forge a deeper, more meaningful connection based on shared principles and a mutual commitment to improvement. It transforms the act of helping others into something far more profound than a simple favor. It becomes a cooperative journey toward a life of virtue. In summary, mutual support and encouragement are central tenets of Stoic love. Love is not just an individual feeling, but an active, deliberate choice to guide others toward their highest good. It involves offering wisdom, sharing strength, and encouraging others to face life's challenges with virtue and resilience. This mutual support does not only benefit the individual, but contributes to the flourishing of society as a whole, creating a harmonious and just world where people uplift one another in their pursuit of virtue. Bravery, as understood through Stoic philosophy, is not the absence of fear, but the rational response to it. In fact, fear is a natural, inevitable part of the human experience. The Stoics did not see fear as something to be eradicated or suppressed, but as an emotion that, when recognized and understood, can be transformed into an opportunity for growth. Bravery, therefore, is not a lack of fear, but the ability to act in accordance with virtue despite it. It is the recognition that fear is a natural emotion that does not have to control one's actions or choices. Love, particularly in its highest Stoic form, has the power to act as a catalyst for this kind of bravery, encouraging individuals to face their fears and challenges with the courage necessary to act virtuously. The Stoics believed that all people experience fear, but it is how we respond to fear that determines our character. Fear arises from the unknown, from the potential harm or difficulty that could arise from a situation. However, the Stoic perspective suggests that we cannot control these external outcomes. We can only control how we respond to them. In this sense, fear becomes a tool for learning and growth. The Stoic approach is to examine fear rationally, to assess whether the fear is justified, and to remind ourselves that external events, however intimidating, do not have the power to shake our inner peace unless we allow them to. Bravery, then, emerges not from the elimination of fear, but from the ability to act rightly in the face of it. This is where the power of love comes into play. To love someone, in the Stoic sense, is to help them confront their fears, not by denying them or avoiding them, but by encouraging them to act virtuously in spite of them. When someone is loved in this way, they are reminded that bravery does not require the absence of fear, but the strength to continue forward despite it. True bravery, as the Stoics saw it, lies in our ability to live according to our highest values even when fear stands in our way. In the face of adversity or challenge, a person who is loved and supported by others is better equipped to confront their fears. Love, in its purest form, helps the individual recognize that they are not alone in their struggles, and that their ability to persevere is strengthened through the support and encouragement they receive. A loved one, acting as a source of emotional strength, can help shift the individual's focus from the fear itself to the task at hand, to the actions that are in line with virtue and wisdom. The Stoics emphasized that true courage is not found in reckless actions or blind bravery, but in the careful consideration of what is right and good. Bravery, in this context, is closely tied to wisdom. It is about making the right decision, even when faced with discomfort or uncertainty. The role of love in this process is to reinforce the individual's resolve to act in accordance with reason and virtue, despite the presence of fear. A loving relationship, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, can offer the kind of support and understanding that gives the individual the strength to face their fears and step into the unknown with courage. Furthermore, love helps an individual recognize that fear is not something to be avoided, but something to be understood. When we fear something, it is often because we are uncertain of the outcome, or because we perceive a threat to our well-being. Love provides a secure foundation, helping to reduce the intensity of the fear and reminding the individual of their intrinsic strength. With love as a source of encouragement, one can approach fear with the understanding that it is not an enemy to be conquered, but a challenge to be met with calm, reasoned action. In a Stoic sense, bravery is not just about personal courage, but about maintaining the moral compass and acting in accordance with one's values regardless of the circumstances. Love can act as a guiding force, helping individuals navigate through their fears and uncertainties while maintaining a clear focus on what is right. This type of love, which fosters bravery, is not merely about offering comfort in times of distress, but about empowering the individual to face life's difficulties with integrity and courage. In summary, bravery in Stoic philosophy is not about being fearless, but about acting virtuously despite fear. Love, in its most Stoic form, nurtures this bravery by providing support, encouragement, and a sense of security that helps an individual confront their fears. Through love, one can learn to approach fear not as something that holds them back, but as an opportunity for growth and virtue. Love strengthens the resolve to act in accordance with reason and wisdom, empowering individuals to rise above fear and live courageously. In Stoic philosophy, emotional resilience is a central concept. The Stoics believed that our emotional responses, especially those to external events, should not dictate our inner peace or moral clarity. Emotions like anger, fear, grief, and joy are natural, but they should not control us. Instead, Stoicism teaches that we should aim to develop an inner resilience that enables us to maintain tranquility in the face of external turmoil. This emotional resilience is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist, but about recognizing their presence, understanding their root causes, and responding to them with reason rather than reactive impulses. Love, in its highest form, plays a crucial role in fostering this kind of emotional resilience. At the heart of emotional resilience is the Stoic belief in distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. External events, circumstances, and the actions of others are beyond our control. We cannot control whether we face adversity, loss, or disappointment, nor can we control how others behave. What is within our control, however, is how we respond to these external circumstances. The Stoics taught that we should focus on cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance so that our responses to life's challenges remain measured, rational, and virtuous. rather than emotional and reactive. In the context of love, emotional resilience is nurtured by the support and encouragement of others. Love, when practiced in a Stoic way, is not about creating dependency or seeking to alleviate all pain or discomfort. Instead, love helps build the emotional strength to face life's difficulties with a calm mind and a steady heart. A loving relationship, whether between friends, family, or romantic partners, provides a source of stability that allows individuals to cultivate resilience in the face of challenges. When we love someone, we encourage them not to flee from their emotions, but to engage with them in a way that does not disturb their inner peace. For example, when someone faces hardship, whether it be the loss of a loved one, a personal failure, or an unexpected setback, a loving partner or friend does not simply offer sympathy or empty comfort. Instead, they help the person navigate their emotions in a way that allows them to retain their dignity and composure. They offer the perspective that although pain and loss are natural, how one responds to them can determine whether they emerge from the experience stronger or weaker. Through this supportive relationship, love helps the individual build emotional resilience by encouraging them to see their difficulties through the lens of Stoic virtue, rather than through the lens of emotional reaction. This emotional resilience is deeply rooted in the Stoic practice of mindfulness and self-awareness. The Stoics believed that by developing a clear understanding of our inner emotional landscape, we can better control our reactions to external events. Love, in the Stoic sense, helps foster this awareness by encouraging individuals to be mindful of their emotions and reflect on their causes. When we love someone, we help them become aware of the sources of their emotional reactions, guiding them to recognize that their feelings are often the result of judgments or attachments to things that are beyond their control. Through this process, individuals can begin to detach themselves from the tumult of external events and focus on cultivating inner peace, regardless of their circumstances. Moreover, love also helps individuals build the strength to face difficult emotions directly. Rather than avoiding or suppressing painful feelings, Stoic love encourages us to confront them with honesty and clarity. It teaches us that true resilience comes not from the absence of hardship, but from our ability to endure and respond to hardship with wisdom and virtue. Love, in this way, does not provide a refuge from pain, but rather it provides the courage to face pain head-on without allowing it to disturb our inner tranquility. Another aspect of emotional resilience in Stoic thought is the understanding that suffering is a natural part of life. The Stoics taught that we should not expect to live a life free of pain, loss, or disappointment. These are inevitable parts of the human condition. Love, in the Stoic sense, does not try to shield others from these inevitable experiences, but helps them develop the resilience to face them with courage and equanimity. By supporting others in their emotional struggles, love helps build the resilience necessary to endure life's inevitable challenges. In conclusion, emotional resilience in Stoic philosophy is not about avoiding pain or suppressing emotions, but about developing the inner strength to respond to external events with wisdom and virtue. Love plays a vital role in fostering this resilience by providing support and encouragement as individuals face their emotional struggles. Through love, we help others recognize that while emotions are natural, their responses to these emotions are within their control. Love nurtures the ability to remain steady in the face of adversity, teaching individuals that their inner peace is not dependent on the external world, but on their capacity to respond with virtue. This emotional resilience, cultivated through Stoic love, enables individuals to face life's challenges with strength, dignity, and wisdom. In Stoic philosophy, the idea of self-actualization is central to living a fulfilling and virtuous life. For the Stoics, self-actualization is not simply about achieving external success or societal approval. It is about reaching one's highest potential as a human being through the cultivation of virtue and wisdom. This process of becoming the best version of oneself is deeply interconnected with the Stoic practice of aligning one's actions and thoughts with nature and reason. True self-actualization, according to the Stoics, is achieved by consistently striving to live in accordance with the values of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Love, particularly when practiced in a Stoic way, can play a pivotal role in helping individuals realize their potential and achieve this form of self-actualization. At the heart of Stoic self-actualization is the idea of living in harmony with nature. For the Stoics, nature is not just the physical world around us, but also the rational structure that governs all things, known as the asterisk logos asterisk. Human beings, being rational creatures, are seen as part of this greater natural order, and the Stoics believed that our highest goal is to live in accordance with this rational nature. This means living in a way that is aligned with virtue, acting with wisdom, practicing justice, exercising courage, and cultivating self-control. When individuals live according to these virtues, they are able to achieve their highest potential, fulfilling their role in the grand scheme of the universe. Love, in the Stoic sense, serves as a powerful motivator for this kind of self-actualization. When we love someone, we are not only supporting them in their personal growth, but also encouraging them to strive toward their own highest potential. The Stoic concept of love is not one of dependency or sentimental attachment, but one of mutual support in the pursuit of virtue. Through love, individuals can help each other realize their inherent potential and align their lives with the rational principles that lead to true flourishing. One of the key ways that love contributes to self-actualization is by encouraging others to reflect on their own values and actions. Stoic love is not about offering comfort or validation based on superficial qualities, but about guiding the other person toward a deeper understanding of themselves and their purpose. When someone is loved in this way, they are encouraged to think critically about their actions, to question whether they are living in accordance with their highest ideals, and to strive to become a better version of themselves. This kind of love helps an individual recognize their own capacity for growth and change, and it provides the support needed to take the difficult steps towards self-improvement. Additionally, Stoic love fosters self-actualization by helping individuals overcome the obstacles that hinder their progress. The Stoics taught that external circumstances, whether success or failure, are beyond our control. What is within our control is how we respond to those circumstances. Love can serve as a powerful reminder of this truth, helping individuals recognize that their worth is not determined by external outcomes, but by their ability to act with virtue regardless of the situation. In the face of adversity or failure, love encourages the individual to persevere, to learn from mistakes, and to continue striving towards self-improvement. This resilience, nurtured through love, becomes a key factor in the journey towards self-actualization. Moreover, love in the Stoic sense provides the emotional support necessary for individuals to pursue their highest potential. Stoicism does not advocate for an emotionless life, but rather for the management of emotions in such a way that they do not interfere with virtuous action. Love can help individuals navigate their emotions in a healthy way, providing encouragement when they feel discouraged, strength when they feel weak, and clarity when they are confused. By offering this emotional support, Love helps the individual maintain focus on their pursuit of virtue and self-actualization, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. Love also plays a significant role in helping individuals cultivate the kind of relationships that contribute to their growth. The Stoics believed that the people we surround ourselves with greatly influence our development. A loving relationship, when based on mutual respect and shared commitment to virtue, creates an environment in which both individuals can flourish. In this supportive and nurturing environment, individuals are more likely to reflect on their own actions, seek wisdom, and strive to live virtuously. This environment of love helps individuals stay grounded in their pursuit of self-actualization, encouraging them to continue growing and evolving as human beings. In conclusion, self-actualization in Stoic philosophy is about reaching one's highest potential through the cultivation of virtue and wisdom. Love plays a crucial role in this process by offering support, guidance, and encouragement along the way. Through love, individuals are not only motivated to reflect on their values and actions, but are also given the emotional strength and resilience needed to overcome obstacles. Love fosters an environment of growth where both individuals are encouraged to live in accordance with reason and virtue, ultimately helping them realize their true potential. In this way, love becomes a powerful force that drives the process of self-actualization, guiding individuals toward a life of meaning, purpose, and moral excellence. In conclusion, the concept of "he loved her into bravery" embodies the profound influence that love, in its truest Stoic form, can have on personal growth and the cultivation of virtue. Through love, individuals are not only supported but encouraged to confront their fears, develop emotional resilience, and strive toward their highest potential. Stoic love transcends conditional affection, focusing instead on mutual support, understanding, and the shared pursuit of wisdom and virtue. By loving someone with reason, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to their well-being, we help them build the inner strength to act bravely and live in alignment with their highest ideals. In this way, Stoic love is a powerful force for personal and collective transformation. It encourages individuals to rise above adversity, not through the absence of fear, but through the courage to act in accordance with virtue, regardless of external circumstances. It nurtures emotional resilience, guiding individuals to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and fortitude. Furthermore, it fosters self-actualization by motivating others to live according to their rational nature, helping them recognize their own potential for growth and greatness. Ultimately, Stoic love teaches us that the truest form of love is not bound by expectations or conditions, but is an enduring commitment to helping others flourish. It is a love that strengthens, uplifts, and empowers, leading not only to personal transformation, but to a deeper, more meaningful connection with the world around us. Through the practice of such love, we learn that bravery, wisdom, and virtue are not solitary pursuits, but shared journeys, paths walked together in support of one another's growth and well-being.